Okay, today we'll be solving trig equations, and it gives us helpful little hints over here. It says find all solutions in the interval from 0 to 2 pi, and that's basically on my circle. The first thing I'm going to look at is I'm setting it needs to be setting equal to 0. This is a typo. That should be equal to 0. So I can use my zero product property. Well, it says hint factor. Can I factor out a cosine? That leaves me with cosine times sine minus a half. I'm going to set both of them equal to 0. And sine of x minus a half equal to 0. That's going to be sine equals a half. So the question is, where on my circle from 0 to 2 pi is cosine equal to 0? Well, cosine is 0 at cosine is 0 at pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2. And then sine is equal to a half. Sine is a half at pi over 6, but it's also equal to a half. Sine is positive. All students take calculus in the second quadrant. The pi over 6 angle in the second quadrant is 5 pi over 6. At this moment, I can have multiple correct answers. A little later, we're going to restrict it so that our answer will be like basically a function, and then we'll restrict it to our principal values of our trig functions. But right this second, it's telling us I want all the solutions, so that's more than one, from 0 to 2 pi. We're going to take the same route on the second one. We're going to factor out a cosine. So that's tan minus 1. So that's cosine equal to 0. And then tan equal to 1. So again, where's cosine equal to 0? Well, that's at pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2. Where's tan equal to 1? Tan is equal to 1 at pi over 4. Tan is also positive. All students take in the third quadrant, and that's my little bit bigger than pi angle, 5 pi over 4. Okay. This one, I'm going to try to use my identities. I need to get everything on one side. So it would be cosine squared minus cosine of x plus 1 minus sine squared of x equal to 0. Now I have a little bit of an issue. I have cosines and I have sines. I cannot factor anything out, so it tells me to use my identities. Well, can I turn 1 minus sine squared of x into cosine squared of x? That's cosine squared. Combine my like terms. I got one of them plus one of them makes 2 of them. I can factor out a cosine. It would be 2, I'm running out of room, 2 cosine of x minus 1. Set them both equal to 0. So this will be cosine equals a half. Where's cosine 0? Again, at pi over 2 and 3 pi over 2. Where is cosine a half? Well, cosine is a half at pi over 3. Cosine is, all students take calculus, also positive in the fourth. So that's going to be 2 pi over 3. 2 pi would be 6 pi over 3 minus 1, 5 pi over 3. Okay. We'll do this one and stop for this video. I'm going to go the same route on this one. Only this time, since I have more signs, can I turn cosine squared into 1 minus sine squared? I'm going to move all this stuff over and get it on one side. Plus sine squared. So it'll be 2 sine squared minus sine minus 1. Can I factor that? Let's see. I mean, negative sine of x and negative 2 sine squared. What multiplies together to give you negative 2 adds to give you negative 1. Well, negative 2 and 1. So it'll be 2 sine squared of x minus 2 sine of x plus 1 sine of x minus 1. Group. I can take out a 2 sine of x. It'll be sine of x minus 1 plus 1 sine of x minus 1. So sine of x minus 1 and 2 sine of x plus 1. So sine equals 1 and sine equals negative a half. Well, where is sine 1? At pi over 2. Where is sine negative a half? Well, sine is a half at pi over 6. But I need sine to be negative. Well, sine is negative in the third and fourth. So I need the pi over 6 angles in the third quadrant and in the fourth quadrant. So pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, I need a little bit bigger than pi and then a little less than 2 pi. Should be those. Sine negative, yeah, that should be right. Pi over 6, yeah, that's right.